Welcome back, Disney fans, to another magical episode of the Jamie and Steven Show. Let's talk movies, music, and magic. Today, we're plunging deep beneath the waves to uncover the secrets of Atlantis, the Lost Empire, one of Disney's most ambitious and unique animated films. Released in 2001, this action-packed adventure marked a bold shift from traditional princess tales, offering steampunk-inspired journey to the legendary underwater city, with striking art direction and innovative use of digital animation alongside hand-drawn technique. But the big question on today's episode is, should Disney ever revisit Atlantis with a live-action remake? So grab your explorer's journal, adjust your steampunk goggles, and join us as we dive into the mysteries of Atlantis. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Threads at The Jamie and Steven Show, and if you enjoy the episode, please share, download, and leave us a review. It means the world to us.
So we're at the 41st classic. Yeah, this was released in June 2001. I'm sure I went to the cinema to see it.
No, I never did.
No?
So at this point, Disney is dead
to
me.
Dead to you.
Dead to me. Okay, it's all about Shrek, it's all about Ice Age, and it's all about Pixar.
I think this was the last one I saw in the cinema until Bolt.
You know what? I think after this, the first one I went to go in the cinema to see was Big Hero 6.
Wow.
Because I didn't see Frozen in the cinema either. And I didn't go to the Tangled thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Disney was dead to me. I worked there, but it was still dead.
Yeah, I never saw Frozen in the cinema.
No,
and I wish
didn't.
I had.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yes, we'll get to that. We're eager to get through this era.
Right, IMDb synopsis. A young linguist named Milo Thatch joins an intrepid group of explorers to find the mysterious lost continent of Atlantis. Now, I wouldn't have said it was a continent.
No.
Thought it was an island or just a city.
Yeah, I mean, it's known as the Lost City of Atlantis, so...
Yeah, so...
No. My synopsis is quite short.
Okay.
Capitalism ruins something else.
Yes. I know. Damn that capitalism.
Yeah, I know.
It's an hour and 35 minutes.
Which is about an hour long.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been shorter, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
It's got 6.9 stars, which I was surprised at. I thought it was going to be a lot lower.
I thought it was going to be around the 5-6 mark. The fact that it's nearly 7 is the surprise. If it was 6.1, I'd be like, okay, I see that. 6.9. Wow.
Yeah.
There are a lot of drunks on the internet.
Right, directors. Now, we've spoken about these two before. Gary Tisdale and Kirk Wise, who teamed up together to bring us The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes.
And they went literally from Hunchback onto this.
Yeah.
The screenplay is also by the same guy that helped them with Hunchback, Tab Murphy. And he was a writer on Hunchback, Tarzan, and I think I mentioned as well on the Hunchback episode, Gorillas in the Mist. Because we said how there was like a theme of monkeys going on, theme of apes. And it's produced by Don Hahn.
Yes.
So we've got the same team, albeit they've gone in a completely different direction. Well, that's all I've got on them because, you know, people go back and listen to our Hunchback episode.
Yeah. And in fact, as soon as you've finished listening to the Hunchback episode, do a little timestamp now, and then you'll get it. So development of Atlantis began after the production of Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1996.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do another musical. They wanted to do a bit of a action adventure film. So
Mhm.
something inspired by Jules Verne, who did 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Journey to the Center of the Earth. So
Yeah.
a lot of similarities
Mhm.
there.
And if you go to Disneyland Paris, their
They do. They
Discovery
have the
Land is all
yeah.
based originally on Jules Verne.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
You fact thief.
Oopsies.
Um, one of the things that they wanted to do was make greater use of computer-generated imagery. At the time of Hunchback of Notre Dame, we'd seen a little bit in there. We'd seen the magic carpet in Aladdin, the ballroom scene in Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I mean, in
Obviously,
Hunchback, the whole like Notre Dame at the end
yeah.
with fire and him holding up Esmeralda. I mean, wow,
And
that whole scene is amazing. Obviously, that was all using computers.
obviously what we would have seen after this time in development was Dinosaur,
Yeah.
and we would have seen a bit of Fantasia 2000 as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was creeping into
Uh-huh.
Disney. So basically, as they're developing, guess who did the original screenplay?
Oh, is it someone we've talked about before?
No, weirdly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Um, is he work?
Think
Have
of,
they worked for Disney before?
yes, I believe they work for a part of Disney now. I'm not sure, but they have worked for Disney.
Oh, okay. Bob Iger.
No, Josh Whedon.
Oh, yes, the Marvel guy. He did
Yeah,
Avengers.
yeah,
Oh my God. And Buffy? Is that right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
He so he was involved as he was writing. He left the project to work on other Disney projects, and that's when Tab Murphy completed the screenplay. And
Okay.
basically, it took him about 3 to 4 months to produce. The original screenplay was 155 pages long. Typical Disney animated film is roughly 90 pages.
Oh
So
God.
there was a lot of cutting out. Entire characters were removed, and basically Milo becomes kind of a representation of characters.
Oh, right. Okay.
So things are added into him. I already think that there's a lot of characters in this anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember any of the names of the people in the crew. I can tell you who they are.
Yeah.
Like, I know which film they're from, but I couldn't tell you any of the names. So, and then it was left with Trousdale, and
Yeah.
he completed the storyboards all in one go. The opening uh, is replaced by the scene that we see, so that changed from the original screenplay to the storyboards. Yeah, it was going to be a Viking prologue, which, if anyone still has the DVD or Blu-ray, you'll be able to see it on there.
Okay. Vikings.
Yeah.
That's random. That's like nowhere near.
So what they decided is they didn't want to do a Greek island kind of Atlantis because that had been done to death. Like that is, if we say Atlantis now, we think Greek island with togas and the pillars and a little bit Hercules. And what they wanted to do is look at other little bits of like underground caverns in Mexico, do a bit of South American and Inca,
Hmm.
which obviously we've just seen in Emperor's New Groove. I will say that although this era of Disney, it doesn't really work for me, they are picking things that are kind of in vogue.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Well, we'll get on to the cast.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's quite a mixture of really well-known actors and
yeah.
then not so well known. So we'll start off with the main one, and that's Milo Thatch.
Hmm.
And he's voiced by Michael J. Fox.
And where do we know him from?
Well, the list. Well, he's my childhood. So obviously he's Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, he has done a few voice work. And he does have quite a distinctive voice. Like you would know that voice.
To be fair, when watching it, I was like, what? What? Who is that? Because I
Yeah,
didn't know. I wasn't, but I knew. You know when you just know a voice.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And he was suited to the character, I thought.
yeah.
Albeit the character doesn't look anything like him. This
No,
is
no.
not one of those characters where when you see the actor and you think, oh, like there's nothing resembling them at all.
I
But
saw
no, I mean, the voice does go.
I saw a fan casting for a live version of this, and people were like Tom Holland, and I do see that more
Yeah,
than Michael J.
yeah,
Fox.
yeah. Kida,
Mm-hmm.
who's Princess of Atlantis.
She is a princess. I don't care what anyone says. She's
Yeah.
in my lineup with Princess a long way.
And she's voiced by Cree Summer. I never heard of her.
No.
And I didn't recognize her when I looked her up, but she is mainly a voice actress. So she's
Okay.
done voice work for Tiny Toon Adventures, the Care Bears movie, and the
Okay.
Proud Family. So
Oh, okay.
she's been going for a while. So I think they're similar age, her and Michael J. Fox, because the Care Bears movie, I think that came out the year I was born.
Yeah, I was going to say that was up against the Black Cauldron,
Yeah. So
and it won.
it was good. I had it on video.
No, Care Bears were not my thing.
Right. Helga.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Helga's voice, when I was watching it, I was like, I know that voice. And I had it in my head that I kept thinking of Lauren Bacall. Her voice was very like hers. You know, it had that, she had that 50s film actress look and a bit of the deepness in her voice. And I was like, but I knew it wasn't Lauren Bacall. So when I looked it up and I saw who it was, I was like, oh, like I knew her face, but I didn't know from where. And then when I looked at her credits, I was like, oh, okay, now I know. But the voice just didn't match the face. You know, when you envision somebody else. Anyway, so the actress is Claudia Christian,
Okay.
and she was a regular on Babylon 5. She again does a lot of voice work. And one of her biggest roles is World of Warcraft game. So she does a lot of gaming voice work. And she's recently been in 911 series that's on
Oh,
Disney
okay.
Plus.
I know what that is.
Okay. She is a fire chief from another fire department, I think.
Oh, we're on like season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And again, she looks nothing like her character, but the voice does suit the character. And like I say, she's got that oldie voice. You know, I was expecting like it's like a old movie star sort of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, so Rourke, the baddie, is voiced by James Garner. So he's probably the second or, next to Michael J. Fox, as in the next well-known. Yeah, younger audiences will know him from The Notebook.
Not I.
Okay, not Stephen, but yeah. He was very famous in the 60s and 70s, I think, with a TV show called The Rockford Files.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also in The Great Escape with Steve McQueen.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Preston Whitmore, who is the old man that puts the crew together with unlimited funds.
Oh, yes.
And he is voiced by John Mahoney, who is probably known to everyone in the world as Fraser Crane's dad, Martin Crane.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And again, he's done a lot of voice work, and he does have that voice.
Mm.
And yeah, and I thought he suited the character.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they're all perfect casting.
Yeah. Right. So now we're at the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Dr. Sweet. He's voiced by Phil Morris. who featured in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock film, Meet the Spartans, and again, he does a lot of voice work. So he's a regular voice actor in Phineas and Ferb.
Okay, yes.
We have Moliere. This is probably the character I like the least. Didn't really.
I
Didn't
have a
really.
Hammond toy of him.
Did ya?
So he's one of the few that I actually remember.
Right. Yeah. So he's voiced by Corey Burton, who's like massive voice actor. He's done loads of voice work for Disney. I feel like he's one of those people that they just get in the booth. They're like, "Oh, are you free? We've got all these parts that we think you could do," and I think they just give him a pile of scripts, and they're like, "Right, this is for this film. This is because he is Professor Von Drake in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus, and yeah, he does voice for Clone Wars and Phineas and Ferb, to name a few.
Yeah, they just whack him in a booth with a pile of scripts and a coffee.
Yeah. But when I looked him up for this, his profile, IMDb profile had recently changed because he has been featured, but I've seen him so many times since doing the podcast. And it has changed, and it's now there that he has been diagnosed with, he's on the autism spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there we go. Vinny. So the guy likes to blow things up, but whose dream is to open a flower shop, is voiced by Don Novello, and he had a role in Godfather 3, Casper, and he was a regular on Saturday Night Live.
I was going to say, I recognize that name.
No, I didn't even recognize him when I looked at it. I didn't even, when it said Godfather 3, which I've seen a million times, didn't recognize him still. So yeah, sorry, Don. Audrey. Now I liked Audrey. She's voiced by Jacqueline Obradors, and she was in 6 Days and 7 Nights with Harrison Ford, NYPD Blue, the series, and Tracker, which is a new series. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Right, Mrs. Packard, the last character to be seen smoking in a Disney film. She's voiced by Florence Stanley. Now, I did recognize her and her voice, and she's done a goofy movie. She's been in Law and Order.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, exactly.
I think haven't we been in that?
I'm still waiting for a callback.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. And she's a regular voice actress on Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cookie. So
yeah.
This is probably the next well-known person. And he's voiced by Jim Varney, who sadly passed away during the making of this. And he's Slinky Dog. Yeah, from Toy Story.
Yeah.
So again, like, oh my God, you know that voice.
As you said, he did pass away during production, and several lines towards the end of the film was done by Steve Barr as a sound alike.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't even finish the audio for this.
Yeah. I remember when Toy Story 2 came out and that he had passed after that, or when it was released, he had died then. Yeah. So I don't think he even saw Toy Story 2. But yeah, very sad. Yeah, Mr. Harcourt, so Milo's boss at the museum, is voiced by David Ogden Stiers. And again, I feel like they just kind of stuck him in a booth and was like, right, we've got this film and this film and this film and this film. Can you do this part and this part and this part? And yeah, for those of you, he was Governor Radcliffe in Pocahontas. He's Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast. He's Jumba in Lilo and Stitch. I mean...
And I'm sure he waves the rainbow flag as well.
Yes, I think he does.
Yeah.
And the last voice I've written down, the Atlantean King, is voiced by the great Leonard Nimoy. Spock from Star Trek. Oh, he was like one of my favorite characters when I was a kid. Loved the Star Trek films. I didn't see the original series, but I was into the movies. And thankfully they were on regularly on our TV in the 90s. So anytime they were on. And I did get into like Star Trek Generation, albeit Spock.
I was going to say, the Next Generation's the one I watched.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved Spock. And I love Leonard Nimoy. And yeah, and again, his voice is like so distinctive. Like, you know that voice. And it's such a shame that it was such a tiny part. I mean, like, he had, what, 10 lines?
Yeah, he should have had a bigger part in this. And
yeah. And there's a really good documentary about him that his son made. And I watched that, came out a couple of years ago, and that was really interesting. So, yeah, so there we have it. The cast. A big cast. I mean, they're all from the start to the end, all those characters that I've just read out.
I do think there's a lot of characters in this one. And sometimes I think that's a good thing because it's a team, it's a big crew.
Yeah.
Other times, I think the issue with having loads of characters is sometimes you kind of have to stick a character in a cupboard or forget they exist for a while, or they're just standing around, or they're not in that scene, or, oh crap, we haven't given them a line for the last 10 minutes, quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, this felt a little bit like all of those characters were, although they were strong characters, they were too diluted with how many there were.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, given that they all had a very distinctive role to play in the film, you know, you've got your doctor, you've got your mechanic, you've got your demolition expert, you've got your digger, and then you've got your communication person. But unfortunately, there are, throughout the film, certain characters get a bit lost. So for me, Helga, now she comes off really strong when we first introduce her. Her whole introduction is you can't take your eyes off her. You can't wait to see more of her. But then you lose her, I think, right throughout the film until the end, when she's, you know, spoiler alert, she's betrayed by Rourke. And then she gets a bit of like, oh, kick-ass moment there. Because she, in a way, because she knows she's gonna die, she takes that moment to save the day and sets the flare off.
I was going to say, do you know what? This film, I've watched it and I can't tell you.
But she's just an example of what should have been a really strong character, because she gets such a good start. But then very quickly, when the team are all together, she's lost. And you can't remember where you see her again until the end. And another character I feel I lose interest in very, very quickly, which I mentioned earlier, is Moliere.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't find him funny, and I didn't feel he came off strong, like in regards to like he should really be like smelly. And I didn't think they portrayed that came off very well on screen. And
they should have merged his character and the dynamite expert together.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed a digger and an explosives person. I feel like we could have lost Moliere quite happily, and he didn't really give us anything. And the fact is that when he goes to use his digger, you know, it's a bit of a letdown. And then he's not really needed at all throughout the film. And Cookie was another one. Like, I completely forgot about him. I didn't remember him at all when I watched the film for the podcast. I know that obviously every crew needs a cook, and I get that. And I know that the voice actor is strong, but if it wasn't for the voice actor,
another character could have taken that role. Like
Yeah.
easily, Milo could have had that role as well, where
Or the
he's cooking,
doctor,
or the doctor.
because, nutrition, okay, they've mentioned that he was in the war. So he could have been the cook as well as the
Yeah,
doctor if they needed to bring two characters together.
with the character, it's the first animated Disney feature film to feature a black character since 1995.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
but
thankfully, he was a good character.
yeah,
Like, they
I
didn't give him, he wasn't a rubbish character.
no,
And he is the one out of the crew. He changes his side very quickly. The minute the king is injured, he doesn't follow the rest of the crew. He stays to
no,
save him. So he is a good guy.
yeah.
He doesn't follow Rourke.
One of the other things I just have, sorry, it's just before I forget. Um, it's one of the few Disney films that have the most of the cast are over the age of 30.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
most of the characters, sorry.
Yeah.
That was just before I forget.
Okay. Yeah, because Audrey's the only young one because she's supposed to be 17,
Mm,
which in reality, that would never happen.
yeah, no,
Like, even if she was that skilled, they would have never had her in that crew.
no.
But anyway. Right. Music. Although I don't
Yeah,
really have much to say about the music.
no, because there's not a lot.
No. So James Newton Howard returns and does the score for this. Now, we mentioned him because before in The Dinosaur. And he
Okay.
was the best thing. I'm sure I said this in that episode. He was like, if it
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
for him, that movie would have really been,
just a bit.
yeah. But yes, he saved that film with his amazing score. Sadly, didn't with this film. I don't even remember the score, to be honest.
No.
And when I went and did all my research after I watched the film, I was shocked. I forgot that I had written in the dinosaur facts that he goes on to do Atlantis. Because when I saw his name come up for the music, I was like, oh, really? Because this is not good. Not memorable anyway.
No.
There was no epic score moment, even with that introduction, with Atlantis falling, there wasn't an epic score to that. Not in my opinion, anyway.
When he was hired, it was because they didn't want any musical elements in it. So he was told to score this as a live action film.
Yeah, but even then, like you would still recognize it's like we know the theme for
Yeah.
Avengers. That is a full-on action film. We know the theme for Indiana Jones. Like they're all action, and you still get an amazing score.
I mean, he wanted to have different instruments and sounds. One for when you're in the surface world, one when you're in Atlantis, and he was incorporating, things for like chimes, bells, and gongs, which is fine,
Yeah.
but they're not epic sounds.
No.
They're
I think
not
just
the
because of what he did at the beginning of Dinosaur. I mean, that
yeah,
whole intro is so memorable and it's massively because of the music. And
yeah.
he could have done the same for this.
I mean, one thing that he did say was that the directors were telling him that the film had a lot of scenes without dialogue and that the score would need to carry those scenes.
Well, it didn't.
And yeah, it's like, well, he had to kind of create an emotion himself
Uh-huh.
to convey what that scene was meant to be without
Mm.
knowing what that scene was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was necessarily given the opportunity, shall we
Yeah,
say.
maybe.
But yeah,
It's a
no.
shame. There's one song for the end credits that was written by James Newton Howard and Diane Warren.
Okay.
for those of you who don't know, Diane Warren is a very successful songwriter. She has written for Celine Dion,
Mm-hmm.
Meatloaf's famous no, I would do anything for love.
Yeah, Bat Out of Hell's the album.
Oh, is it? Oh, isn't it
Yeah.
is it Battle of Hell 2?
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it is. Because I had that album.
Oh.
Yes, I did. Oh, I was a massive Meatloaf fan.
Yeah, I like the stage show as well, Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah. She's very good at doing ballads. She's been nominated for I don't know how many awards. Yeah, she's worked with so many. Like she's up there, you know, with the greats. Like she is known for her ballads in particular. This, on the other hand, this was not good, Diane. If you're listening, this
You know
was
what I feel
not your
like
best.
she forgot that she was doing it.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
She's on a train
Yeah.
to go somewhere. Someone's rang her up and she's got probably about 10, 15 minutes.
Either that or she's got one of those books where it's songs that she didn't sort of finish off and she just thought, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, we'll go with this one. It's called Where the Dream Takes You and it's performed by Maya.
Oh, it's in
Yeah.
Lady Marmalade.
Yes.
And
what is the song? Or One Hit.
Yeah.
No, it's not somebody. It's somebody else. What is that again?
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. I think she did. Yeah, what is that?
Oh, what is it?
Didn't she also
right
sing
on the tip of my tongue?
Didn't she also sing what you're gonna look like with a chimney on you, or is that someone else?
What you gonna do when it comes for so got to go and really get to know are you gonna act? Are you gonna come? What you gonna do when he wants you back? Is that her?
I think so.
Maybe. Okay.
I know the song. I know who sings it. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking there used to be the Jackson 5. Can You Feel It?
Uh-huh.
And there was a remix to that. What was that song? Where it was like, you know, you've done it wrong. You know, I've done it right.
I don't know, but I don't think it's her.
Yeah, I'm sure she features on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Like I say, the song's not the best. It's so much so it's never featured on Disney playlists or various artists. Yeah, it's never there, and no wonder because it's rubbish. I'm sorry, Diane, but this is poor.
Yeah,
and like they had the opportunity because they went down the road of right, we're not doing a musical, right? But you still need a good song. Like if you're going to go to the effort of having a song done for the end credits, it needs to be good because you need something else to make people remember this film. And this isn't the first film they've done that's not been a musical. They've done loads.
Oh, Black Cauldron.
And they've still had, okay, yeah, that's not a very good example because that doesn't even have a song.
Technically, Winnie the Pooh. How's that?
No, well, that has rhymes, so yeah.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, well, that's the score, but yeah, it just needed a good song, you know, because especially because you've got the romance at the end, you know, where they stay together and like the song doesn't even go with the film.
No, to be honest with you, I think I must have turned the film off before that song started.
No, I persevered.
Yeah,
I was just waiting for it to get better and it didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's probably why I didn't.
Yeah. So that is the music. And then I just have a couple of random facts about the film and then my thoughts. So
so I have a few bits about just random facts about the actual like animation and stuff. So at its peak, it had 350 animators, artists, and technicians working on it. And they were based at all three Disney animation studios, so Burbank, California, in Florida, and Paris.
Yeah.
They needed animation desks and equipment, which was designed for wide screens, so they could do the drawing, and because it's different size paper, basically. Disney executives didn't want to do that. Didn't want to pay for equipment. So what they did was they drew a square or a rectangle on a piece of paper and they drew within that.
Right, okay.
To increase productivity, the directors had digital artists work with traditional animators so they could do it in one go rather than one going off and working on, say, a background or the vehicle and another one working on the character. They did it together.
Okay.
Don't quite know how that works, but that's what happened.
They must have been in the same room. They must have like shared a cubicle in that. Yeah.
The final film included 362 digital effects shots, which basically also helped to seamlessly join 2D and 3D. Oh, wow. This is very CGI. I don't really understand CGI, so, you know, if it isn't making sense, it's because it doesn't make sense with me. So going back to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, there is a pull-out scene right at the end where you have Notre Dame in the background and you kind of disappear.
Yes.
And basically they really didn't like that. It lacked depth, apparently, and they struggled with it. But what they did was they looked at the multi-plane camera. We're going back to Bambi, we're going back to Snow White, that kind of era. And what they did was attempted a rejig version of this. And basically the scene, so that final shot where they zoom out, because it's the same kind of shot as Hunchback, it starts off with a 1/16-inch piece of paper. So the animation's drawn on there. And that's showing a close-up of Milo and Kida. And the camera pulls away. And as it shows the restored Atlantis, it's the equivalent of a 18,000-inch piece of paper.
Wow.
And that was all kind of, so that 18,000-inch was all cut up into 24-inch paper. They were all drawn and then put together for this multi-plane, and that was done digitally.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think that was a bad bad ending. I did think that the Hunchback one was a bad one either, but there we go.
I didn't think Hunchback was bad. I remember being so impressed with both the coming in, you know, from the clouds to seeing Notre Dame and then coming out and going back up to the clouds at the end. I mean, but hey.
What do we know?
I know. And it just shows as well, like, yes, I know that it's part of their artistic development that they see that they noticed that error and it really bugged them and that they wanted to correct it. They didn't like how it looked in that film, but yet we think that looked amazing.
So that's kind of all the facts that I have around the animation and whatnot. And I believe that you may have this fact as well, linking up to Star Trek.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mark Okrand, who created the Atlantean language for the film, also created the Vulcan and Klingon languages for Star Trek. The written Atlantean language is to be read from left to right, then drop down a line, and then right to left, continuing the cycle to create a flowing water-like movement reminiscent of the Atlantean culture.
Oh, okay.
So to go to that effort of creating a language and written and spoken, I mean, I can't take away the effort that they clearly put into this film and into the creation of Atlantis. But I have a thought about that anyway when we get to our opinion. So, yes.
Do you have any more random facts?
Yeah, I've got two more. Mike Mignola, who's the creator of the Hellboy comic.
Oh, yeah.
He provided initial production sketches for the film.
Oh,
so
okay.
the look and design comes from him. And apparently it's one of the reasons that the film now has a cult following is by the look, because obviously Hellboy came after this, 2004, the first graphic novel was released. So, and that's a huge success on its own. And fans of that obviously have gone and looked at Mike's work and discovered this. And I think this is partly why it's got a fan base now. And my last fact is Helga, screenwriter's Tab Murphy. This was his tip of the hat tribute to the femme fatales of the film noir genre of the 1940s, which I did say she does give that vibe. And, you know, even down to the voice. And yet discovering that the voice actress is not from that time, you know, she's quite young. Like she's, you know, she's not like Garner's age. She's, you know, she's only in like her 50s, I think. She's not an older, like she's not from that era.
No, yeah.
So, yes. Right, that is me.
So I have a few bits about the release.
Yeah.
You normally talk about how much it grossed. And things.
Yeah.
But basically, I've got that here. It grossed $186 million worldwide. 84 million of that was in North America. But when it was released, it had to compete with Lara Croft Tomb Raider and Shrek.
Wow.
And I was a Shrek.
Yeah, person. I wasn't. Well, I was, but later. Like,
yeah,
I didn't go to the cinema to see Shrek. I think Holly went to see it with friends. And friends of my mum's, my mum, then later were telling her, you need to see this film.
Yeah.
We've taken so-and-so to the cinema and you'll love it because it was so catered to adults. Whereas we'd gone to see Atlantis because it was a Disney film. And yeah.
You made that mistake, didn't you?
But yes, when we did see Shrek, obviously, yes, like we did enjoy it.
And the sequel was better than the first. That's a rarity.
Yeah, I think the second one's the best. Yeah. And then it just goes downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, they just milk it.
I haven't seen the fourth.
No, neither have I. And I can't believe they're making a fifth.
Oh, yeah.
But we won't get into that because I don't think we need a Toy Story 5 either. I know. That's what she said.
VHS and DVD was released in 2002, whereas the Blu-ray people had to wait until 2013.
Oh.
Apparently, you were able to download games based on the film to your mobile phone.
Oh, how advanced we were in 2001.
No, games on your phone. I'm reminded of in RuPaul when Ben de la Creme does, is it Maggie Smith? And he's talking about a mobile phone, and it's like, there's one suggestion that one rips one communication device from the wall and take it round with oneself. So yes, they had games, and also at McDonald's, which briefly mentioned earlier, you could get the toys. And I had the mole guy. I can't remember the names. The mole guy, the engineer girl with the flat cap, and I had and one the big statue that comes out at the end.
Oh yeah.
Because of the disappointing box office intake, there was going to be an animated series. However, that was scrapped, so they released a direct-to-video sequel called Atlantis: Milo's Return, which consisted mostly of stories originally produced for that aborted series.
Yeah.
That was in 2003. And there was a PC game called Atlantis: Trial by Fire. At the premiere, there was a thing called Destination Atlantis, which featured behind-the-scenes props. There was information on the Legend of Atlantis, which had video games. And there was also aquariums, laser tag, and other attractions there as well. So they went all out at this premiere with technology, but education, which is very Epcot of them.
Yeah.
And there was going to be an underwater attraction at the Disneyland California theme park. But because it did not very well, that was scrapped. So, thought.
Right.
You want to go first?
Oh. Okay, so I'll start with the positives, right? Because I do have a lot of positives with this film, right?
Okay.
So I really, really like the character designs and I love the look of the film. And I remember that being the attraction when I'd gone to the cinema to see it. And that I was really looking forward to seeing it in the cinema. Now, I was 15. I would have been 15 the month that it came out. And I was still willing, to go and watch Disney films. I wasn't, I wasn't one of them that was like, oh, I'm too old for that. Like, no. But I really liked the look of the film and I was very excited to see it. And I do remember enjoying it. I don't remember being amazed, but I remember enjoying it. Didn't have any merch for it. I think I said the last film I had merch for was probably Tarzan. And I don't remember seeing merch for this film. And like when we talked about the cast earlier on, I do think all the voices go perfectly for the design of the characters. The whole setting of Atlantis, I absolutely love. And I love the look of them. I even love the look of the king. Like, even though, and like, he clearly is like, he comes across as like someone who has been around for hundreds of years or 1,000 years. And I especially loved Kida. Like, she looked beautiful. And I could tell that like the way her eyes were drawn was very similar to Esmeralda. Yeah, I just loved everything about Atlantis. I love that they were advanced and that this whole civilization was lost. And like, I love that whole idea. And I love an adventure film and like it was very like National Treasure and Indiana Jones vibe, it was like that. I'm just checking if I've got anything else positive to say before I do my but. Yeah, I've even put that it has a bit of like, because of them being so advanced with their technology, but yet their look and their with their language and their culture, it had a Star Wars feel, where they look like they should be from an older time, but yet they're at the same time advanced. So it had that. So yeah, that to me was all like, I've loved all of that. But I wanted more Atlantis. To call the film Atlantis and not really get to enjoy Atlantis as much. And I didn't remember how quick Rourke then turns. Like, so from when they get into Atlantis, I didn't realize it was only just like an hour later. And then he shows his dark side, and that the real plan is to take this crystal. My biggest irk is the fact that we don't get to enjoy Atlantis. We don't see its beauty enough. We don't really get to know the character of Kida. She's obviously intrigued by them. But how can it just go from, you know, her all of a sudden trusting Milo very, very quickly and showing him this thing, and then all of a sudden Rourke's captured her and is going to take her away? Like, I think there was far too long of the film of them getting there.
Yeah.
It took too long. The intro was fab. Like, I loved the narration and seeing how Atlantis was lost. But we've got that long bit with Milo at the museum, and then he goes to Whitmore's house. Then he goes to where they're building all the stuff. Then they're in the submarine. Then the submarine is attacked. Then they venture. It was like the Fellowship of the Ring. You know, it's what it was like. It was like, but it just took so long in the film for them to get to Atlantis. Don't get me wrong. I know they've got to show that obviously it takes a long time to get there. They can't just go and instantly know, oh, we found this journal, so we know where we're going. Like, I get that. Everything that they did put in, you know, was needed to show the characters and the progress. I get, but it was just too long. And even the whole of the Rourke, you know, turning and him trying to take Kida away, even that then I felt slowed down. Milo and Kida are just starting to get to know each other. Then bam, Rourke's the bad guy and he's going to take the crystal. Then it slows again and goes, you know, we're seeing them leave and then go up in the balloon thing, and then Rourke betray Helga, and it's like, oh, it's dragging again. It's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do the listeners know what we mean? Yeah. I also put the ending was a bit flat.
Yeah.
So we'd gone from like this whole like, oh, you know, that Milo quickly shows them how to work the flying machine things, right? And it's all, and like it's amazing fight scene, you know, and like it looks amazing on screen. And I remember being wowed in the cinema, you know, with all those flying around and trying to get Kida back. But then just the whole how it ends. So like, yes, it was funny them turning up at Whitmore's house and them agreeing to their story about what happened to Milo, etc., and them just wearing the bits of crystal. And then it's like a pull-out shot, like you described earlier, of him and Kida. They've climbed a rock, and then it just ends. It's like, really? Yeah.
Thing with me is like, I agree with all the pacing and everything like that. What I think this should have been is, one, we had Avatar, showed you how to do this properly, and that obviously worked. I think that there should have been a TV series, but not animated. This should be something that's on Disney Plus now. And it is Atlantis, the Lost Empire. You are meeting your crew. You are finding out who the villain is. You're kind of getting that together, and you set on for that adventure. Then series 2 is part of the adventure. Series 3 is getting there, the way it turns south. And then series 4 is your conclusion. You're rebuilding who stays where and whatnot. You say goodbye to people, because then you'll be able to follow those journeys better.
Mm-hmm.
So, we ask, should it be remade? Not as a film, definitely not as a film,
Okay.
as a TV series, because you can explore all of those little
Mm-hmm.
bits. You can have masses of characters, you can have all these different plot points. If you want to spend an episode looking at the dynamic between Elgar and Rourke,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
In a film, you can't.
No, not unless they committed to a trilogy.
Yeah, unless it's
That's
like
the
a
only way a
3 hour
film would work.
Yeah.
And but oh yes, I mean, because the actual story itself
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
There is something there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take that away from Tab and from the directors who, obviously contributed to the story as well. It is a good story. And I think they had really good ingredients there, but the pacing was not right for an animated film and for a family kids film.
Mm-hmm.
There was too many characters to try and follow, and they chose the wrong part of the story to be the majority of the film. The majority of the film should have been in Atlantis.
And this kind of leads me to that last fact that I had about the ride at the theme park.
Okay.
Because when you get to see Pandora and you'll
Right.
think of this,
Okay.
what Pandora is what they could have done with, in my head, that TV series of Atlantis.
Okay.
This is Black Panther
Uh-huh.
meets Avatar
Yeah.
meets 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea
Uh-huh.
meets Jurassic Park. It literally could be, they have got the IP for a brilliant franchise.
Yeah.
And I think in the same way that people take a comic book or a book or take a poem or an old nursery rhyme or like kid's story, they can take this animated film and they can make a franchise out of this because there is
Yeah.
so much there that they can do.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
done right, this could be a huge win.
And fantasy is in.
Yes.
Like,
Like,
people are wanting fantasy right now. They want an escapism. And this is such a good film because you're bringing reality with fantasy, because from above earth to below, you're bringing the two worlds together and it would be, yeah. Bob,
Bob,
I'm
I'm
if
gonna
you're
have to have a
listening.
word with him. I'm gonna have to have a word with him next time I go, shopping to Aldi, and he's near the thingy section where all the cakes and stuff are, because I know he likes those tubs of muffins. Then I'm gonna say to him, look, Atlantis, you can do this. I'll join you on board. I'll come in. I'll help.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'll give up some of my time to make this successful.
We do not need live action Moana. We do not need live action Tangled.
No.
We have an animated film that wasn't successful, but has a really great story and really good characters, but just it wasn't executed well for animation. This could be an epic series on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Come on, Disney. This is an example of what would be a really good remake or a really good reimagining.
Yeah, I just think that we don't need Pirates of the Caribbean 5 or 6, whatever it is. We don't need Toy Story 5. We don't need live action Moana and Tangled, like you say. We don't need any of that kind of rubbish that you're doing over there. Okay, don't want that. Save the money. Build Atlantis.
Yeah.
Full stop. Done.
And it would be really good because it's one of them that would be for anyone, boys and girls, they
Do you
and
know?
them, old and young.
Yeah. When this film came out, I was an 11-year-old boy,
Mhm.
and this film did not speak to me.
No. Yeah, and I think with the struggle that the Star Wars and the Marvel franchises are in at the minute, because they
Hmm.
set their bars so high,
Yeah.
the audience is waiting for something in that fantasy sci-fi genre to
Yeah.
bring them back to sitting every week to watch
Yeah.
something together. And
Yeah.
I think this would be good.
Hmm. And they
We
could have
want this, Bob.
we could have a little animated thing which is set in old Atlantis for the kids, like they can go and watch in their own thing. You can have like an adult version, like there's an adult.
Mm,
Honestly, this is a universe in itself.
yeah, it's there.
And
It's there to be taken
it
on.
does it does mean though that we've got to mark the animated film out of
Oh
5.
yeah. Okay. I give it a 2.
I give it a 2.
Yeah. It's a strong 2.
I No, I sit firmly within the 2. This is
Okay.
2 as it is. And but I will say that there's bits in it that I should like. And yeah, I genuinely think if they was to sit there and remake this as what we've just said,
Yeah.
this would be like my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Easily.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Either, yeah, I think a series would be good because then you're giving everything that's there plenty of time for people to adjust.
Yeah.
And all, they could even go down the road of, while they're making their journey to Atlantis, you're also seeing Atlantis alongside it. So it cuts between the two storylines. So you're seeing where the Atlanteans are and the struggle that they're going through because the power is dwindling. And you're seeing
Or
that alongside the character, the crew making their way. And then we're getting enough of both
yeah.
the adventure of finding Atlantis, but also seeing Atlantis.
Or a 3-part mini series in between main series. So you're literally the height, what happened to the mum, and then what's happening now.
Oh, so we're on
And then
spin-offs now, Stephen.
we're on spin-offs, honestly. Honestly, and the things is comic books. We've just mentioned how Razor, whichever one it is, comic books. Why have we got an Atlantis comic book?
Yeah.
Animated series for kids set in Atlantis. That's
Oh,
just
give him a whiteboard and a pen, people.
and a, a thing in the Disney parks, because do you know what? That Discovery Land in Paris, you're not changing much of it, and it could be Atlantis themed.
I know, because the
You
Jules
know,
Verne is there.
it's already there.
I
All
know.
you've got to do is just change the odd word, paint it a different color. You're fine.
Yeah.
This honestly could be huge for
Yeah.
Disney. But instead, we are getting Toy Story 5.
Yeah. And we are
We are
getting a
getting
live
another,
action Moana.
we're getting another Pirates of the Caribbean that may or may not have Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't have Johnny Depp, it's not having Orlando Bloom in it because he said so.
Yeah. Come on. So, listeners, do you agree with us? Should this, I feel like we should get a petition going.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? If any of you out there are agents who want a writer,
Yeah.
a published writer
Yes.
to handle this
Uh-huh.
and to make you millions on your 10%, this is where we're
Stephen's
at.
available.
Yeah, you can contact us on Threads, on Blue Sky, on Facebook, there's YouTube, and there's an email address. It's all at the Jamie and Stephen Show, or emails at is the Jamie and Stephen Show at outlook.com.
There we go.
Better writer than I am presenter, I promise. And yeah, let us know. Remember to leave us a review as well. Because,
yeah.
It means everything to us.
Yeah, we love reviews.
Yeah. Right. And on that, we shall say toodle pip.
Oh, toodle pip.
Toodle pip.
Bye.
Bye.